Big things today, baby. Big things today, y'all.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Hey, here we go.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Cousins on first down. And a nice spin into some open field. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
64 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll run with Cook.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Cook is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Play action. It's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be out right at the 35. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
12.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check. 180.
From the 38, Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
On third down, Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Again, it's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Good route here. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. I got you, punk.
First down. Here's Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 82 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Check Mike 54. Mike 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 54, right there, 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Oh, a terrific play there by Harrison Smith. And one thing you always get comfortable with going into a game, his smarts and his ability to be around the ball. He tied his career high with 5 interceptions last year. Another one goes to his total.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
A first down throw for Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Hey, keep it going, dog.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bengals on one play have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers kicks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Let's go.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Squeeze, double.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked off near the 34.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 4th down, out comes the rookie 5th-round pick, Evan McPherson, for the Bengal field goal. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be scored. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 148 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he rifles one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, 42 yards. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. 2nd down and 3.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Throwing, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Cousins now. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Gun.
4 down. Check.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Option play, Burrow holding on to it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
First down. Here's Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. To throw again on second down. Cousins to the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. But I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And this one complete to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college.
He's got a man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Here we go. Hot. 180. It's hot.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. He's checking. Crash.
Hot.
Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
On 2, ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now watch run. 36.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. McPherson's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here's McPherson now to send it away. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
11.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bengals, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.